managing records with local holdings and part of relation. Parent record is often the title of a monographic series, and it's also known as the host. And the way the host record is identifiable, among other things, is that it's got the 035A field. The child or local record, and the example I'm talking about now would be the individual titles within that monographic series, and it's related to the parent or host record via its own 773 field. We're talking about in the MARC 21. The child or local record can also be known as part of or bound with. It pretty much means the same thing. Well, what our new feature brings to the table is it expands the view so that any child record that you're viewing in Alma will now have information from the parent record displayed, regardless of the inventory in the system. Let's open up a host or a parent record, and the host record that I want to open is biographies of U.S. presidents' pets. And let's take a look at the information. Here we've got the 035 field, which I've defined as U.S. Pres Pets, and that's going to have to match the 773 field for the child record. Now, before we look at the child record, let's talk about what we expect to see. In all previous Alma versions leading up to this month, if we are going to view the child record, the host, which would be in this case biographies of U.S. presidents' pets, would only be displayed if the child had no inventory or holdings. So what we're expecting to see in this version, the March version, is that when we look at the child record, we'll see the host as well, even when there is inventory. If we go back and click on More Info, because this is where we expect to see the related, and we have the first book in this fictitious series called Polly the Parrot. We can see that there is the holding records, two physical versions here, and availability of related records, which we saw before was biographies of U.S. presidents' pets. And we can see the physical version in these two locations. There's also a PO line that I created, which we'll talk about later. If you were going into an older version of Alma, you would not see these related records. This detailed view will definitely be helpful in navigating back and forth from series to title, and that is managing records with local holdings, part of relation.